Hello everyone, good morning. This is your physics facilitator from Mahila Samaja High School, Kolar. Welcome to Mahila Samaja digital classes. Dear children, can you guess what it is? I'll give you some riddles. Will you guess what it is? See, when rain comes, it will go off. It is the food for all non-living things which helps to your mother to do her work. Even you cannot see this presentation without it. Will you say what it is? That's right. It is electricity. Children, electricity is the first chapter of your physics part. In this chapter, we will learn about electric charge, electric current, electric potential, electric circuit, Ohm's law, resistance, heating effect of electric current and electric power. Dear children, if we want to know how the electricity is produced, how the electricity is supplied through the wires, how the electricity flows through the wire means, we want to know about the basic terms of the basic electrical terms of the electricity. Those basic electrical terms of the electricity are electric charge, electric current, electric potential, electric circuit. Children, now let us dive into the first concept of electric current or electricity, that is electric charge. See, children, do you know about the structure of an atom? You studied about the structure of an atom in your previous classes, in your previous chemistry classes. See, in this picture you can clearly observe the structure of an atom. Here the center of the atom is made up of protons and neutrons. That means the combination of protons and neutrons constitutes the center of an atom, which is also called as nucleus of an atom. See, these protons and neutrons are together called as nucleons. And see, some of the very small particles, fundamental particles of the atom, that those are called as electrons, are revolving around the nucleus of an atom. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus of an atom. Protons and neutrons are tightly bounded at the center of an atom. Dear children, I think it is crystal clear now for you what is the structure of an atom. See, every non-living thing or matter is made up of atoms. Atoms constitutes the generally atoms consist of protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and neutrons tightly bounded at the center of the atom. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus of an atom in their own orbits. See, here protons and neutrons are tightly bounded together. They are not free, so that they cannot involve in any reactions. If they are involved in any reactions or in any change of the nucleus of an atom, such reactions are called as nuclear reactions. That concept maybe you will study in the next chapter or maybe in the last chapter of your physics. But here these electrons which are revolving around the nucleus of an atom, these are some in metals, these electrons are free. In the outermost orbit, electrons are free electrons. These electrons are responsible for the flow of electric current, or those electrons are the responsible for the electricity. Let us know about electrons, neutrons and protons. What are they? What is the charge in that? Let us know about that. See, electrons are negatively charged particles. You know about it earlier. These are electrons are negatively charged particles whose charge is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Neutrons are electrically neutral particles. They neither positive nor non-negative. Protons are positively charged particles whose charge is plus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. See, you can observe here electrons and protons both of them has equal charge, but only the change in the symbols or only the change in their negativity and positivity. They have opposite charges, but both have equal charges. See, both electrons and protons have equal charges, only the change in their negativity and positivity. See, in this table you can observe the size of the relative size of the proton, neutron and electron. See, protons and neutrons are similar in their size, and I cannot say they are exactly equal, but they are similar in size, and electrons are very smallest particles, fundamental particles of the atoms. Comparative to the protons and neutrons, electrons are very smallest particles. So, the mass of the proton is 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Mass of the neutron is 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. The mass of the electron is very negligible, it is 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. See, here in this table also you can observe the charge of the proton, neutron and electron. The charge of the proton is plus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Then neutron is 0. The charge of the neutron is 0. Neutrons are electrically neutral particles. They are neither positive nor negative. Electrons, the charge of the electrons is minus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19. See, above what 2 points are there, no, there it is minus 1.6, here 1.602. 02 is very small amount, so that I didn't mention here, but these are the more or less they are equal. See, the mass of the charge is plus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19, and charge of the electron is minus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Children, is it clear now? Yes. Next, let us move to the next concept. See, neutrons are larger in size with no charge. Protons are larger with a positive charge. Neutrons and protons are similar in size. Protons are large with positive charge. Electrons are small with negative charge. See, protons and electrons are charged particles with equal and opposite charge. Protons cannot move easily because they are tightly bounded to the nucleus. Free electrons are valence electrons in the outermost orbit of an atom can move easily. Yes, dear children. You know, now there are two types of electricity. One is static electricity and another one is electric current. See, the electric charges in rest constitutes the electricity which is called as static electricity. The example for static electricity is lightning, and also I will give you some smallest example to observe the static electricity. That is, see, take a waste paper and make the small pieces of that paper. Take a comb your hairs nicely with that comb, then bring that comb near the pieces of paper, then that comb can attract that piece of paper. That is considered as static electricity. That attraction is due to the static electricity. Children, I think you will definitely do this activity. It is very simple activity. You can do this activity and you can observe the static electricity. This electricity is due to the electric charges in rest. Electric charges in rest constitutes the electricity which is called as static electricity. Dear children, in this picture in this figure you can observe the flow of electrons. See, this figure symbolically shows that electric current is due to the electron flow. When electrons flow, a lamp will glow. See, the electric charges in motion constitutes the current electricity or electric current. Current electricity or electric current. See, here let us dive into the electric current. Now let us explore about the electric current. See, the word electric is nothing but electrons, current is nothing but flow. Say if water current means the flow of water. Like that, electric current means the flow of electrons. So the flow of electrons constitutes the electric current. So how can we define the electric current? Means the rate of flow of electric charge or the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time. See children, this is the important point and you will get for 1 mark. Please note down it. The rate of flow of electric charge or the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time is considered as electric current. Say electric current, the standard formula, or we can represent the electric current as electric charge divided by time. Electric current is represented with the symbol I. As we know that electric charge is represented with the symbol Q and time is represented with the symbol small t. So we can represent the electric current, or we can give the formula for electric current as I is equal to Q by T. Then SI unit of electric current is ampere. SI unit of electric current is ampere. A-M-P-E-R-E. If we want to write the full word of ampere, we will start with a small letter. If we want to represent the ampere in simplest form, means we want to use the capital A. The SI unit which is used to represent the electric current is ampere. A is the symbol for the ampere. Then see how can we define the 1 ampere of electric current means. Dear children, carefully observe this formula. I equals to Q by T. See here, if I want to become 1 ampere means Q want to be 1 coulomb, T want to be 1 second. 1 coulomb, 1 second. See, 1 ampere of electric current can be defined as if 1 coulomb of charge is flowing through a particular area in 1 second, then it is said to be 1 ampere of electric current. If 1 coulomb of charge is flowing through a particular area in 1 second, then it is said to be 1 ampere of electric current. That means 1 ampere, see here in simple form I had given here 1 ampere equals to 1 coulomb per 1 second. If 1 coulomb of charges flowing through a particular area in 1 second, then the amount of electric current is said to be 1 ampere. I think it is crystal clear for you now the concept of electric current. See, once again I am repeating, the flow of electric current, electrons constitutes the electric current. Definition for electric current is the rate of flow of electric charge or the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time. Electric current equals to electric charge by time. This is a formula to calculate the electric current. I is equal to Q by T. SI unit of electric current is ampere. Ampere is represented with the symbol capital K. 1 ampere of electric current can be defined as if 1 coulomb of charge is flowing through a particular area in 1 second, then it is said to be 1 ampere of electric current. And see, in every electric circuit in our houses, to measure the electricity what we are used, electricity board they will adapt one meter there in at the entrance of our house itself. We can every house we can find the meter. In the same way, in smallest electric circuits, to measure the electric current, the device we used is ammeter. See, in this picture you can observe the figure of ammeter. The device used to measure the electric current in a circuit, in a circuit is called as ammeter. See, in this picture you can clearly observe the ammeter. It has two terminals, one is negative terminal and another one is positive terminal. Here also, see here the electricity is measured in amperes. 0 readings are there here. Clearly observe the readings. 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. Like that, up to 2 ampere of electric current is measured through this ammeter. The device used to measure the electric current in a circuit is called as ammeter. The device used to measure the electric current in a circuit is called as ammeter. Children, depending upon the allowance of flow of electric current, the materials are generally classified into two types. Before, in your previous classes only, you have studied about these types of materials. Which are those two types of materials? Means electrical conductors. Electrical conductors means any materials that allow electric current to pass through it. Any material that allows electric current to pass through it. Example for conductor are, see, copper, aluminum, silver, gold, steel or any metal. Other metals are considered as conductors. Conductors means the materials which allows the electric current to pass through it. Then insulators. The second type of materials are electrical insulators. In simple, we can say it as insulators. Any material that does not allow electric current to pass through it are considered as insulators. See, these insulators acts as protective coating on wires. See, plastic, rubber, glass, cloths, wood, especially it is dry cloth and dry wood are considered as insulators. I am saying it, dry clothes, dry woods, wet clothes and wet woods are not the insulators. Dear children, now I will give you a small example before going to the topic electric potential. I will give you a small activity, small and smallest activity. What is that means? You know, our mouth in our mouth salivary glands are there. Our mouth continuously produces saliva, right? The saliva produces in our mouth and it stores in mouth itself. If we want to swallow that saliva inside to our stomach, means we want to apply some pressure. Without that, the saliva even itself it cannot move into the food pipe. You observe it. If the saliva produces in your mouth, means itself it cannot flow into the food pipe. We want to apply some pressure, then we want to swallow it. We want to swallow it by applying some pressure, then only it moves. In the same way, a pressure is required for the flow of electric charge in electric charge. So, that pressure is considered as electric potential. Electric potential. See, for the flow of electric charges, a pressure is required. A pressure is required for the flow of electric charges, an external pressure. That pressure is considered as electric potential. Dear children, have a look at the definition for electric potential, and another term is there, that is potential difference. See, let us know about electric potential. See, what is electric potential means? Work done in moving a unit charge from infinity to a point. Work done in moving a unit charge, a single charge. Unit means, you know, it is once. In unit means once, that means one, a single charge from infinity. Infinity means from unknown place to a point is considered as electric potential. Potential difference means the difference between any two potentials or any 2 points. The difference between any 2 points is considered as potential difference. The difference between potential at any 2 points is considered as potential difference. Dear children, it is clear that I think it is clear for you now. Electric potential means work done in moving a unit charge from infinity to a point. Potential difference means the difference between potential at 2 points. As I said, the pressure required for the flow of electric charge is electrical potential. Electric potential is defined as, note down the definition, electric potential is defined as the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from infinity to a point is called as electric potential. As you observed in the figure, in moving an electric charge from infinity, that means from unknown point to a known point or to a point, particular point, the amount of work done in moving an electrical charge from infinity to a particular point is considered as electric potential. Then potential difference is defined as, it is the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from one point to another point. Here see, you can observe the difference between the definitions of electric potential and potential difference. Electric potential means the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from infinity to a point. From infinity to a point. In case of potential difference, it is the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from one point to another point. Dear children, note down this difference. Electric potential means the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from infinity to a point, and the potential difference means the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from one point to another, from one known point to another known point. A to B, if 2 points are there, point A and point B, means the moving an electric charge from point A to point B, what work is done, that work is considered as potential difference. And or we can also define the potential differences. The difference in electrical potential between any 2 points is also considered as potential difference. Electric potential is calculated, or electric potential is represented as work done divided by electric charge. Electric potential is equal to work done by electric charge. Electric potential is denoted by the symbol V. Thus, we can say, see, electric potential is represented with the symbol V, and as we know, work done is represented with the symbol capital W, and electric charge is represented with the capital Q. So, V is equal to W by Q is the formula to calculate the electric potential. So, the SI unit for electric potential or potential difference, for both those terms, the SI unit is volt. It is as simple, it is represented with the symbol capital V. 1 volt of potential difference is defined as if 1 joule of work is done in moving 1 coulomb of electric charge from one point to another point, then the potential difference is said to be 1 volt. See here, I am explaining about the potential difference, 1 volt of potential difference. Dear children, carefully note that I am giving the definition for 1 volt of potential difference. See, if 1 joule of work is done in moving 1 coulomb of electric charge from one point to another point, then the potential difference is said to be 1 volt. The device used to measure the potential difference or electric potential is voltmeter. See, in this figure, you can observe the voltmeter. The device used to measure the potential difference or electric potential is nothing but voltmeter. See, here the readings are like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This voltmeter which I had given in the figure can measure the 6 volts of potential difference. In ammeter, you observe the readings. Here in voltmeter, for the visibility they looks alike, but there is the difference in the readings, and also you can observe the difference in the symbol. In ammeter you can observe the A, here in voltmeter you can observe the V. It is voltmeter, V-O-L-T-M-E-T-E-R. Dear children, observe the definition for voltmeter. It is the device used to measure the potential difference or electric potential is considered as voltmeter. As I said, potential difference or electric potential is the pressure given to the electrons for its flow. Pressure given to the electrons for its flow. So then what is the source for this? From where we will get this pressure? What is the source for this pressure? From where we can get pressure means some of the sources are there for the potential difference or for the electric potentials. What are those sources means? In these pictures you can observe the cells, electric mains and electric generators are the sources of potential difference. Electric cells, electric mains and electric generators are the sources of electric potential or potential difference. Thank you children. Children, I think you learned about the three basic terms of the electric current. One is electric charge, electrons are the electric charge, and electric current. See, electric current means the flow of electrons or the rate of flow of electrons. Then electric potential, that means the pressure needed for the flow of electrons. Electrons, the flow of electrons, pressure needed for the flow of electrons. About these three terms you learned in this session. We will continue the next part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you children for your patience, and if any doubts are there, please consult me. Thank you once again.